Jerome is coming up, and he's going to blow the house out, but I had to get that in.
Yo, salute to everybody already here in the building, man. Welcome to the latest installment of the Graphic and Wasted Show.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
No, none of that.
Man, no.
No fuckery today.
No.
Okay, straight to it. Before we get to it, because this man Wasted wants to cook filet mignon. Salute to the greatest chat in YouTube history. As always, appreciate you guys for being here. Make sure you wipe them feet, pay your bar tabs, hit that subscribe button. If you're not subscribed yet, we almost have 1,000 people already in the building, so they are ready for this one. Once again, real quick though, salute to our proud sponsors over at BetUS. You guys, this live stream is powered by BetUS. Head over there and get 150% bonus on your first deposit.
Or 125% bonus on your next two deposits up to $2,000.
And 125% bonus on your first two deposits using promo code YouTube150. Fastest payouts in the industry. I don't know why Wasted loves this or instead of the and, but it is what it is. Salute to our proud sponsors over at BetUS. If you're a bettor, nobody does it better than BetUS. Come on, Wasted. Go ahead, man. Go ahead, man.
Yo, thank you for highlighting my mistake. Appreciate you.
You know how we do.
It's all good. Look, bro. I'm gonna be 100% real.
Can we get to it real quick?
Sure.
Before you get to cooking. For those who are living under a rock, it was reported this morning that Ben Johnson did sign with the Chicago Bears. After all the smoke, Ian Rappaport and Pac-Man Jones and some of our own beat writers and people all across that were saying that Ben Johnson was the favorite for our Raiders. It did come down to the wire. For those who are saying we never had a chance, we definitely had a chance with Ben Johnson, but he chose the better situation because of the quarterback spot. And it makes all the sense in the world, right? Us Raider fans, we're living off hopium, just actually excited that the hottest candidate in the market would potentially be a Raider. We're here now. It looks as though he will be with Chicago, and it's interesting because we play them in Las Vegas next season. So it's going to be fun to see that. And another breaking news, some information that dropped. I think some of us kind of knew this was going to happen. He brought on former Raiders head coach Dennis Allen to be his defensive coordinator, which is a great signing because he knows his defense. He can't head coach for shit, but he's a phenomenal defensive coordinator. Now go ahead and Waste it and cook.
Well, look, there are a lot of us that are upset. There are a lot of us who are going and talking trash to beat reporters and getting upset because what happened, and we knew it was going to happen, bro. Like, bro, this is what I was telling y'all last week where a lot of you guys were saying to me, well, you don't put that into the atmosphere. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy around Raider Nation, bro. It's like Charlie Brown going to kick the football. You just know Peppermint Patty's going to pull it away. That's what happens. That's what happens. So for you guys that are coming in here getting upset because what happened in your mind's eye happened, I think it's really, really disingenuous and it's messed up, bro. Like, Doug, if you're a head coach, it's your first time being a head coach, you could coach Caleb Williams or you can coach Aiden O'Connell. Which one you gonna do?
You're gonna take Caleb Williams 10 times.
Yeah, are you gonna coach Jacoby Myers? Or you're gonna coach DJ Moore?
You're going to coach DJ Moore.
So, listen, come on, man. They got the money. And apparently, Ryan Poles and him, wanting to work with a certain GM really didn't loom as large as the players on the roster. Now, look, do I think that, when you start talking about Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams, do I think that's a kind of a cumbersome thing? I do, right? I'm not wishing any bad on them. But at the end of the day, man, there's always a possibility until the deal is done that things don't go the right way for the Raiders.
Yeah.
And that's the long and the short of it. It's no reason to go and get mad at everybody because you guys know that, listen, You knew it was a long shot. There was a situation to where he didn't even have us on his list of people to interview with, and Brady made that happen.
And we got to kill that narrative, Wasted, because I'm sick of this shit. Everybody on Twitter, Instagram, everywhere. Oh, the Brady effect. What happened, man? This wouldn't even have came down to this if Tom Brady was not tied to the organization. You guys, Ben Johnson would have never been a thought. It would have never came down to the wire with Ben Johnson without Tom Brady in the building. So we got to kill that narrative here about the Tom Brady effect isn't real. For that man to bring in the hottest commodity with no GM in place, with no quarterback, the number 6 pick, 2 wins took us out of that number 1 discussion. There's so many moving parts here, but we cannot blame Tom Brady at all. And you know what? I got to say this. Some of these beat writers, you have to be a little easy on. Vinny B has been phenomenal. We don't know him personally, but at all. We have no
don't
time.
Have a relationship with him. Don't.
I've never spoken to Vinny B. Now the other guys, Vic Tafer, all those guys, we follow. They follow us. Much respect, and much respect for Vic too. But honestly, you guys, everything was pointing towards Ben Johnson being a Raider, and Vinny never guaranteed anything. He just said it would be a surprise if Ben Johnson was not the Raiders head coach. I'm not beating up Vinny B. I'm not beating up Vic Tafer. Some of these other guys, and look, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I can say this. I don't really care. I've lost a ton of respect for some of these people that cover this team because it's just blatant clickbait and it's just blatant riding the wave and just whatever. And we're going to get to it, but I'm not going to pinpoint Vic Tafer and Vinny B. I think they do great work with the Athletic and the Las Vegas Review-Journal. I'll never say a bad word about those guys. I think that they do their job. You know what I'm saying? And one thing I love about Vic is he's not a Raider fan, but he wants the Raiders to be good because he wants the fans to be happy. And he said it himself. And Vinny B is just a straight work guy. Look, there's no ties to the Raiders.
Reporter, and that's sometimes you just need that voice. Real quick in the chat.
Appreciate
it. What, you come in here, and I normally don't respond to people, but I ain't in the mood today. You come in here every show, and it's like you're trying to like, why even watch? Like, bro, what do you mean we're being honest this time? We've been honest the whole time. The F you talking?
Well, first of all, we've been honest because we've been going off of reports from major media outlets and major media figures like Ian Rappaport that was stating that the Raiders were the favorite. So look, you guys, we weren't just pulling fucking rabbits out of our fucking, like, like this was being reported nationally. I think most people, did you see this tweet right here? Wasted. Even Diana Rossini from The Athletic came out. She said, while it makes sense that Ben Johnson took the Chicago job, people around the league are very surprised right now because most people had Ben Johnson tied to the Las Vegas Raiders because of the Tom Brady connection. And because, from what I was told, there was a massive deal on the table. Massive. Like potentially somewhere in that 15-16 range for Ben Johnson. And also, there could have been something here with Lance Newmark. For those who don't know, he's going to interview with the Jets. Aaron Glenn will be there tomorrow as well. So it looks like they may have their guy out there with the Jets. Aaron, Aaron and those guys have that rapport. Aaron Glenn, Detroit Lions. But Spytech, we just got a little tidbit, a few seconds ago that it looks like he's the guy in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So maybe that could have came into play. I don't know. But simple and plain, I think Ben Johnson said, I'm leaving a phenomenal situation in Detroit, and I need to go somewhere. And if I'm betting on myself, I'd rather have a Caleb Williams than a room with Aiden O'Connell, Desmond Ridder, Carter Bradley, Gardner Minshew in the number 6 pick. He took the safe bet. You know what I mean? And am I a little shocked because of Ryan Poles being in the building? I am. I didn't think that would have been a match made in heaven because I think that Ryan Poles, maybe he gets an extension now because he located Ben Johnson.
Ryan Poles is on his 3rd head coach.
Yeah.
He's on his 3rd head coach.
If they shit the bed this year, Ryan Poles is gone. He's gone. Ben's not because I guarantee they made him probably the highest paid head coach in the NFL.
Look, so you're in a division. You're in a tough division, man. It's to me, it's kind of like the AFC West right there, right? Where you don't have the master class of coaching, but you have the next class of great coaches, right? LaFleur and O'Connell and all these guys. So and then Dan Campbell's a damn good coach, right? So listen, bro, at the end of the day, you know that you only get one bite at the apple sometimes being a head coach. You get one bite at the apple, and you got to go into it not having to locate the quarterback. It's going to be a hard sell to get, one of the top candidates to come here to Las Vegas with no quarterback in place or no prospects or chance of getting one. Yeah. This is not the kind of year where we're sitting there with the second and third pick and there's like 4 or 5 quarterbacks that are really, really good and draftable. That's not what this is right now. So
there's not a lot of phenomenal options out there for you.
Most likely you're going to have to wait because there are a lot of people that aren't sold on, Shedeur Sanders. There are a lot of people who are not sold on these guys that are coming out.
Cam Ward and Jackson Dart. Yeah.
People are not sold on these guys, man. There's no value in being in the top 10 as far as from a quarterback perspective. Yeah. So listen, we all knew what this was, bro. We were hoping upon hope, and it didn't happen. But it's like, as a fan base, we got to understand what this is, bro. This is reality, bro.
Yeah.
That's the only thing we could deal with. And to be honest with you, man, it bothers me, man, that people can't remove their Raider colored glasses and see like, yo, man, this is what it is, bro. Yeah. The number 1 pick is in Chicago.
Real quick, Aris, let me say this. If anyone took Hondo's word as a guarantee, that's where the problem exists in the first place. Hondo works in the building. Much respect to, doing whatever he's doing over there with his stuff. I just got to say this. If you took his word at face value, there's an issue here because, yes, he's in a building, but there's no ties. Like Hondo cannot make a guarantee. Vinny never made a guarantee. Vic Tafer never made a guarantee. Ian Rappaport never made a guarantee. And I'm not even here to say that Hondo did because I didn't hear it come out of his mouth.
Yeah, I don't know whether he did or not, but you guys got to.
But if that is that's a you problem because you should never take that at face value because he's not in that room with Tom Brady, Mark Davis, Ben Johnson, and all these other guys. You can never guarantee anything until it happens.
And bro, nothing. I don't mean to cut you off. Some of these guys, man, are operating with a different code of ethics. You got people in the media now who are chasing clicks and likes, and they're not chasing validity.
Yeah.
You got people on national television. You got guys like Mike Florio, right? That, is hell-bent on destroying the Raiders by any means necessary today, regurgitating the Max Crosby story today. First thing in the morning. Like, what good comes from that?
Yeah.
Just to get clicks on that weak-ass website that he has.
Yep.
Yo, y'all got to understand something, man. Engagement farming is a real thing when it comes to journalism. And that's the problem with people being in places and spaces they shouldn't be.
Yeah.
The thing with Vic and Vinny, and it's the reason why I support those guys. I like what they do because those guys are reporters.
Yeah.
That's it. They're not.
They take their heart out of it. They take all that out of it and they just report what they hear, what they know, and whatever comes from their sources. And once again, I'm not here to beat up on Vinny. I'm not here to beat up on Vic. I think that they do great work over there at The Athletic and the Las Vegas Review-Journal. I just feel that it's just easy for us to be so upset and to nitpick at them on Twitter when, once again, they never said anything that was guaranteed. Salute to Ben Hadalone Johnson. This username backfired. Salute to you on the $2. Salute to Vegas Jimmy watching from 30,000 feet in the air. Raiders. Salute to my guy, Vegas Jimmy. We're going to talk about some other things that's going on with the Raiders here in a second as well. Salute to the 2,500 people in the building rocking with us. Verbal Jiu-Jitsu. Hope winning those last 2 games was worth it because now it seems like Cohen's going to Jacksonville. And I always thought that was going to be the connection there anyway. Stay in Florida, nothing but a little hop, skip, and a jump from Jacksonville to Tampa Bay. I'm going to Todd Monken and Jalen Milroe. Now, this is the thing. We requested an interview, but we still have not gotten a date. We have not gotten a time. I don't know if Todd Monken is even interested in this job at this point. You know what I mean? So a
lot of people, guys, newsflash, a lot of people are not.
Yeah.
Because you don't have a clear, concise route to getting a quarterback in here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I don't know if that's going to happen. Let me just say this. I think all signs are pointing towards Pete Carroll to be the guy moving forward. I know people are going to complain about that, 73 years old, but once again, highly decorated, accomplishments up the ass, pause if necessary. This guy has done a ton of things great at the highest of levels in college and in the NFL. Took a few years off. I can definitely see him be the guy moving forward. I think that we've kind of all talked about that being a 1A, 1B type situation, but there's still some other names out there. I don't think that Vance Joseph is an option at all. Salah is an interesting name that may, if they don't get Cohen down there in Jacksonville, I could see him potentially going there. Or all reports sign, have him going to the Niners to potentially be the highest paid defensive coordinator moving forward as well. But if Pete Carroll is there, maybe he can talk Robert Salah into and say, hey, I'm only going to be here for a few years. I'm getting up in age. Maybe you can be my, successor once I leave. You never know. There's a connection there. It makes sense.
I mean, look, Pete Carroll in Seattle had 11 out of 14 winning seasons.
Yeah.
Won Super Bowl. He's won a national title. At USC, he's been a winner, man. I don't understand why, the Raiders. And then listen, he kind of fits the bill of what Tom Brady said, publicly, that he wants somebody that comes here that has experience, has a firm hand on what's going on. To me, at this point, you only have a couple of guys that are available that fit that bill. It's two guys. It's Pete Carroll and it's Mike McCarthy. Yeah. I'm going to be honest with you. If Mike McCarthy's here, I'd probably be a little upset.
I would too. Even though I like Mike McCarthy. Don't get it confused.
For us, I don't like Mike McCarthy. For us, I don't.
I don't. See, I thought he would have been great in Chicago, helping develop Caleb. He did it with Aaron Rodgers. He helped elevate Dak Prescott. I'm not going to say he helped develop him, but I definitely agree with you. I think that he's a guy that there's only a certain amount of teams that he would be great at. I don't think in Vegas that would be one of them at all. You know what I mean? Like him pretty much restarting this thing. Nah, I'm cool. Yeah, but also, you guys, people are asking about OCs and defensive coordinators. I wouldn't be shocked. I know the nation does not want to hear this, but keep an eye. If Pete Carroll is the guy, keep an eye. Shane Waldron, back-to-back years with Raiders bringing in former offensive coordinators, right, for the Chicago Bears.
Chicago Bears, yeah.
But he was with Seattle from 2021 to 2023, helping, calling the O out there in Seattle. I could see that being a fit as an offensive coordinator. And then, Pete Carroll's a defensive guy. So I wouldn't be shocked about that at all. Salute to Will. Well, it was fun to be excited for a few days. Hopefully they can still make something out of this instead of the usual embarrassment. One thing is, Will, this is still a good cycle, right? I mean, there's still a ton of great names out there. It's not Ben Johnson. You guys know, look, I'm pissed off because this is a name that I've wanted for 2 years. I like, this is a guy that I held in high regard, even over Jim Harbaugh last offseason.
Yeah,
so, you know what I mean? So I'm pissed off about this because this is a guy that I truly wanted to be in the building. It's like the Shador Sanders for me this season. It's like, I want Shador to be a Raider. Now, I don't know with whoever's the coach, I don't know how that would look. But I'm going to tell you right now, if we can bring in Pete Carroll, you guys, we're probably going defense. Wouldn't be shocked if it's Abdul Carter, and we're going to run the football a lot. He's going to want a Marshawn. And remember this, Lynch is in Vegas. He's in Vegas. You know what I'm saying? There's some ties there with Pete Carroll and Marshawn Lynch. Maybe, fills the gap right there. But I'm not saying him coming back and playing football. I'm just stating the obvious that he's there. And he's there a lot with Mark Davis. He kicks it with a lot of the Raider guys out there in Vegas. So it would make sense. But salute to Will. Definitely was a fun few days. And to be honest, you guys, this shit hurts and it sucks that this guy went to Chicago to honestly the better situation for him in year one and potentially years down the line. But for us to even be here, for us to be able to even have this conversation and not be laughed at, during this whole process speaks volumes of where we're going as an organization. I'm excited still. I don't think that Pete Carroll is a terrible option. I don't think that Todd Monken's a terrible option. Do I think Vance Joseph is? Yes. Do I think that Robert Salah would be terrible for us? Yes. As a defensive coordinator, great. Head coach, no. But there's still some good options out there, Wasted. I'm not going to be too upset, but let me just say this. I'm ready to watch the national championship game today because this Ben Johnson shit definitely put me in the mood, man.
Yeah, but you know what, though, man? I'm going to be honest with you. I'm kind of glad that we got our answers fast.
Yeah.
I'm glad we got our answers fast, man. And for me, man, it's all about picking somebody that wants to be here. Yeah. Picking somebody who sees the bigger picture. Picking somebody who says that they can work with this. Because, man, let me tell you something, man. The way the media is and the way the NFL is, a lot of these guys want ready-made situations. They want to come right in and be the next hot guy to turn everything around. And that's not how this is going to turn out. Now, there are some people who will say, well, why did we get rid of AP? Why did we get rid of Tom Telesco?
Come on, you guys. That was the Tom Telesco thing. I just think that's funny now because we were talking about the meme wasted around. Like, what the fuck did I do? Like, Tom Telesco got fired essentially for nothing. But mind you, Tom Brady's still in control and he wants his GM. So, that may have happened anywhere, but I do believe that Tom Telesco was fired because of the Ben Johnson option. Yeah. And now he's probably sitting there like, what in the hell is going on? And mind you, there's better options out there than Tom Telesco, but I just feel like he was unrightfully terminated.
I mean, look, man,
if Ben Johnson wasn't a head coach.
Look, this is the thing, and this is what needs to stop. And this is my personal opinion, man. And I didn't come on here to chastise anybody. You guys can rate her how you want to, right?
Yeah.
But the thing that I think needs to stop is I think people need to stop being unrealistic when it comes to our fan base. Stop being unrealistic. There's a shitload of people who are saying, "Oh, we need to win, just win, baby. Win 2 meaningless games. Now you played yourself. Now you have nothing to look forward to on a visceral level. Now, listen, we might move up. We might draft a guy at 6 that is a beast like Brock Bowers and be happy about it next year. But going into the offseason, man, that hopium that you get from drafting a quarterback, that's something that you don't have at this point.
Yeah.
You don't have it at this point because we won 2 meaningless games.
And maybe we got killed.
Maybe that pick makes this job a little bit more palatable, maybe a little bit.
A little bit. I mean, come on. Brady says, Ben, you got the number 1 pick. Do with it as you see fit. That's a selling point. Wasted. That's a selling point. Regardless if it's Cam Ward, Shador, whoever he thinks may be the guy, that is definitely a selling point. You know what I'm saying? And the thing that sucks to me is, man, the thing with Pete Carroll. I love Pete Carroll, but with this existing roster and him coming into the building, it's going to be tough, man. Like he's pretty much, to me, it looks like he's taking a job because he just wants to work in the NFL again. I don't know if this is the right situation for Pete Carroll. You're starting from scratch here. Yes, you have Max, you have Wilkins, you have Brock. There's some pieces there, but you got to rebuild that defense. You have to figure out that offensive line and that ground game. There's so many pieces. The thing that scares me about Pete Carroll is you're taking him just because he's an option. And he wants to get back into the league. With what we have right now, and mind you, they built that thing from the ground up in Seattle, the Legion of Boom. They drafted well. They would trade back, and I love the way they went about their business. But it's not easy in today's world, in the NFL, you guys, to go locate a Marshawn Lynch, bring him over from Buffalo, draft Russell Wilson in the 3rd round, go get all those pieces, on the defensive side of the ball. It's not going to be like that. And one thing with Pete Carroll is that's the thing that scares me is, does he have what it takes to build this thing up the way it is right now? I do believe that we're a few pieces away on the defensive side of the ball to get back to where we were a year or so ago, where we were starting to be one of the better defenses in the NFL. But I don't know. Is he the right guy? The same applies for Ben Johnson, though, right? The same applies.
Look, the thing about Pete Carroll is that if you go get a guy, especially when you're talking about an old veteran head coach, right, that can come right in and stabilize the situation, I trust that more than bringing in just, Ben Johnson is just a savant. I really love what he does. Yeah. It'd have been nice to bring him in. But when you start talking about some of these other offensive coordinators, these are guys that have never been head coaches, right? So they might have a higher ceiling, but they have a very lower floor. Pete Carroll has a higher floor. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So at the very minimum, we're going to be competitive because he understands what it takes to win. He understands how to locate talent on a roster. And there's he has
a pulse for college football as well, Waste. That's what I love about Pete Carroll.
Yeah, he has a great ties there. He develops coaches on his staff really well, and he's a defensive minded head coach, and that's really the engine of our football team.
Yeah,
and he's a real head coach. So to me, man, look, I think Pete Carroll bringing in a successor with him is something that I'm okay with.
It just sucks because we were excited about becoming an offensive minded football team. And now with Cohen looking like he may go to Jacksonville and Todd Monken maybe even not being an option yet with us not having a date, it looks like we're going to be back at that defensive minded. And look what Ben Johnson did immediately when he got Dennis Allen, a guy that has head coaching experience. Like that was a great hire by Ben Johnson. And once again, I can only imagine the nation crying about that because guess what, you guys? He would have made Dennis Allen the defensive coordinator with the Raiders as well. And I don't know if that played a part in this. Like Dennis Allen saying, I'm not going back to the Raiders. I don't know. I don't know. It could be the way they shunned me, like I don't want nothing to do with that. Maybe that could have been a piece of this. Because I know one thing, Vegas definitely was offering more money. No state tax, like guarantee with us not having a quarterback in certain pieces, Vegas definitely offered him more money. I promise you that. It's just
they offered him like $96 million or some crazy shit like
probably
that.
somewhere around
it was almost 100. It was the damn near the Gruden deal.
Yeah, probably, but like a 6-year, probably 6-7 year deal, not the 10. But
but what I'm saying is, so pretty much that's more than the Gruden deal. It's more money, right, per year. So what I'm saying is, that level deal for a coach.
Oh, you're right.
Like the kind of deal that will make players on the team uncomfortable. Like, God damn, you're paying him that much, and then you nickel and diming me.
Yeah, man. Real quick, you guys. Salute to everybody here in the building. This is y'all's show. This is a therapy session today. Breaking news for those who are just seeing it. Ben Johnson did sign with the Chicago Bears. The deal has not came out yet. I haven't seen it unless it did while we were live. He did go locate his defensive coordinator immediately, bringing in Dennis Allen. Let's get these supers in. We got 3,000 people in the building, man. Salute to Damager. Saw this coming, which is why I said temper expectations. I think not having a top pick impacted his decision, and I don't blame him. Salute to Damager. Facts, brother. Salute to the boss. Straight to it. F him. I'm glad I didn't get my hopes up, and it sucks the way how everyone uses that as a stepping stone. Raider Nation for life. Salute to my guy, the boss in the building. Salute to Don. Get Carroll, stack the defense. Salute to my guy. Look, he ready to move on. Fuck it. Keep it moving.
Whoever we get, look, you won't hear me hyping anybody. Whoever they bring in, let's hope they have a valid and concise reason for why they did it. Like all of this, going and saying who and bro, at this point, I just want to make sure that we're not left holding the bag with somebody that no one expected.
Get your bubble gum ready, Wasted. Get your big league chew ready to go. Pete Carroll.
Telling you, bro, I pray because if it doesn't go Pete Carroll, now you're falling into an abyss of nothingness at this point.
Yep.
You are falling into an abyss of coaches that no one wanted here.
Yep.
And that's a problem for me.
Salute to James. I love this. We just talked about this. He hired Dennis Allen. That would not be a good start in Vegas. Raiders need a program builder. Pete Carroll. All that matters to me is if you bring in Pete, and me and Waste definitely in agreement with this, as long as he finds that great offensive coordinator and that great defensive coordinator to take over for him whenever he steps away, which could be 2 years, 3 years from now. He's up there in age, man.
He's 73 years old.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
So was born in 1951.
But I'd be so fucking pissed, bro. If he brought in, bless you, brought in Gus Bradley, and you already know what time it is with that. You know what I mean? So, and he was there. He was helping to build that Legion of Boom out there in Seattle. I wouldn't be shocked if he potentially brought him in. And Gus was just let go from Indianapolis too, correct? Because they just hired Lou, the defensive coordinator from the Bengals, as their DC. So
Lou Adarumo.
Yeah, I can see that.
But bro, like, come on, man. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go. Salute the coach. Graf, what's the difference between the Brady effect and not having Brady when the end result is it the same?
It's not the same result because the other result would be that the names you would have heard being interviewed would have been like a gaggle of bullshit. Yeah. It'd have been guys you never heard of, guys that you guys would be like, they're interviewing who? That's
man. Art Shell would have been back in the building.
Guys coming in here, bro.
Art Shell 3.0 wasted. Look, Del Rio just took a job in Paris. In Paris. I can hear that coming. Look, man, the difference is Tom is putting our team back on the map in terms of respectability because of having Ben Johnson being one of the favorites that was tied to our organization. The Brady effect is definitely still real. Even the Pete Carroll with some of these guys. I don't think a lot of these dudes would have took these interviews, especially Aaron Glenn. You know what I mean? Like Aaron Glenn is a hot commodity, you guys. He's a hot commodity. But what he did for that defense with 18 players on the IR, that speaks volumes of who he is. So, look, man, it still applies. It still applies, Coach. To be honest, just because Ben didn't sign on the dotted line does not take away the fact that Tom Brady is out there making moves and helping this organization return to respectability. Period. Salute to the Mokes, man. So we fired GM4. Feels like we're getting rid of Carr with no backup plan. He had a good draft, and we just fire him. Salute to my guy, the Mokes in the build. I don't even want to go into the car.
Bro, look, when you start talking about a backup plan, bro, what's the backup plan for being ass?
Yeah.
Like, what are y'all talking about? Y'all act like keeping these guys around, like, okay, let's keep AP, right? And then we come back, we're ass next year.
But wasted. People don't realize most of the time, most teams don't have a backup plan. When you move on from your franchise quarterback, you're heading into a rebuild. And that is what this is. We moved on from our franchise quarterback of 9 seasons in Derek Carr. It didn't work out, but he was our franchise guy. He was. So it is what it is. You move on from him. Most times, you don't have an Alex Smith, Patrick Mahomes, Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers type situation. That doesn't apply for every organization. Shit happens.
Bro, he wasn't a franchise quarterback. What's fucking with that? I don't want to get into it.
No. I agree.
What is a franchise quarterbacks win?
We paid him franchise money wasted. After 2016, he was a franchise guy in 2016. We paid him franchise money.
Bro, that's a long fucking time ago.
I know that.
Quarterbacks win playoff.
He was paid like a franchise guy. I'm not saying that he was the guy that lived up to expectations, but we paid him like a franchise guy. Simple and plain. Salute to C-Rob. I'm like Smokey and Friday. How we gonna lose when we didn't have a game? Laugh out loud. Salute to my guy C-Rob. TN08. Yes. I'm assuming. Well, Cohen is not a guy that I don't even believe we're looking at right now. You know what I mean? It looks like Jacksonville is in play for him. Spy Tech, though, definitely. And once again, we've all heard all the media stuff, but once I got a little tidbit, from somebody that I respect. I think I sent you over the screenshot. Wait, did I? I think I did.
Yeah.
The screenshot. Yeah, this comes from a very reliable source that it looks like Spy Tech is the guy. Now, can things change? Look with the Ben Johnson situation. Yes, it can change, but it looks like John Spy Tech is the guy, and that Lance Newman was Newmark was a guy that we were potentially trying to bring in because of Ben Johnson.
Yeah. But at this point, man, Brady's got to go with the familiarity of the guy that he knows, and I have no problem with that. Yeah. I have no problem with that. But look, the thing is the good thing about this is when you bring Spy Tech in, that means for the shadow of a doubt that he is the guy that has final cut. He's the guy that's building a roster, and whatever coach they bring in is a guy that he brought in. And I prefer that over having the coach having more power than the damn GM. 100% out of 100, man. Yeah,
especially a guy that has no experience. And I'm not taking away from Ben just because he chose the Chicago job, but that's just real. Salute to Cut the Check. Big Daddy Kane voice. This is a business. People, places, and things are used as pawns in business for leverage. 3, let's move on and get Pete Carroll or Cohen, Raider for life, nowhere. Now, see what's funny is I still don't think of this as a leverage play. It could be. It totally could be. But I don't think this was that. I think that Ben Johnson respects Tom Brady enough to listen to him and really took, a real thought with maybe I'll be the next guy. I mean, bro, I don't look at this as a leverage play. I look at it as last minute shot in the dark. Like, you know what? I'm going to go to what makes more sense for me. Chicago's a few hours away from Detroit. I'm in a division that I know very well. I have my quarterback. I have DJ Moore, a franchise, cornerstone. Cole Kmet, who's one of the most underrated tight ends in the NFL. We know firsthand is Notre Dame guys. Yeah. They have some building blocks there. And I just think that he took the right job for him.
He took personnel over environment.
Yeah. There you go. Go ahead. You want to read that?
Rudy, man. He said, I'm praying for a 2-5 record next year and a shot at Arch Manning. Only way we turn it around in the next 5 years.
Hey, man, salute to Rudy.
Salute to Rudy, man. I can't be mad at you feeling that way, bro. Yeah, I can't, because like what winds up happening is, and this is what I've always said since I've gotten into this arena, mediocrity is hell for a football team. It is the most uncertain place to be. The way the NFL is designed, when you're the very worst, you get the very best scenario from a draft perspective.
Yeah. To
turn your team around. But when you're in the middle, you have to kind of figure it out. And it's a bad situation to be in, man.
Yeah. Salute to fuck the Chiefs. Ben Johnson took the better overall job. Can't hate on that. Who as a team should be setting our focus on? Also, fuck the Chiefs, living up to his name. I mean, right now, it looks like Pete Carroll is second in command right now behind Ben Johnson. And now that he went to Chicago, I'm expecting a second interview from him. And from what I was told and from what I heard, is that he had a really good interview. That he was in the headquarters for hours talking to everybody in the building. And once again, you guys, this is a guy that won a Super Bowl, played in the Super Bowl against, guess who? Tom Brady. Tom Brady has, a connection with him and he respects him as a head coach. So I would expect this thing to move on pretty quick because once again, Aaron Glenn looks like he will be signing with the Jets tomorrow. And if not, Saints. And then it looks like Mike McCarthy will pivot to the Saints if Aaron Glenn doesn't go down there. Yeah. This is going to start trickling down real quick. I'm assuming the Jacksonville Jaguars will take Cohen because they have Trevor Lawrence. They need an offensive-minded guy to unlock that potential. Doug Peterson did it one year, and then they fell apart the following year. I can see them going the offensive coach route. So this just going to start moving pretty quick. So I'm expecting Pete Carroll now that Ben Johnson went to the Chicago Bears. Salute to S. Dot, my guy. A hard head makes a soft ass. Kingsbury said, kiss my ass, and now Ben. I hope this sears in like a hot iron. Raiders against the whole damn NFL. Why is Pete Carroll Mr. Shotgun at the goal line? Oh, hell no. Nah. Salute to S.
Bro, it's crazy. This guy wins national title, goes to 2 Super Bowls, and now he's not qualified to coach because he made one bad call at the end of the Super Bowl.
Not a terrible, but you're right.
It's terrible, but get the fuck out of here, bro. Like, come on with that shit, bro.
Rumor has it BJ was worried about tampering claims. That's false. That's false.
Rumor has it you just made that up yourself, Iris.
Yeah, Aris, that is
the F up out of here with that crap.
The Aris Dialogue. Appreciate you for the $2.
F up out of here with that nonsense.
Total cap. Let me say this, Aris. If there's tampering claims, these guys didn't even do a second interview with Ben Johnson. Didn't bring him in to do he signed with them today without even having a second interview. So if that's not tampering, what is? You know what I'm saying? Like they already, hey, come on down. Like, nah. So to Mike, not going to pretend this doesn't sting. It definitely does. Team needs to move forward with purpose. Jayville just scheduled second interviews. Yes. Would love to see Carroll and Cohen, maybe hire Cohen as an assistant head coach. I think that if he doesn't get a head coaching job, he'll probably go back to Tampa Bay.
Yeah, that seems like the more viable thing. I bet that you guys didn't know that this stream was powered by Bet US, man. Hey, I bet you guys didn't know that. 150% bonus on your first deposit.
125% bonus on your next 2 deposits using promo code U2150.
Up to $2,000. Listen,
fastest payouts in the industry.
Listen, man, it doesn't get better or greater than Bet US. And tell them Graphic and Wasted and Graphic sent you.
Boom, boom. But Mike, I would assume this: if he doesn't take a head coaching job, if he's not hired this cycle, he'll go back to playing it safe a little bit. He's been great out there with that run game, that passing game. Tampa Bay's offense has been phenomenal. So I know they shit the bed in the playoffs, but I think he would go back and bet one more season on himself and what worked for him to get him to this point. I don't think he would take a job elsewhere as an offensive coordinator / assistant head coach.
You're not going to make a lateral move and uproot your family for what?
Even if it's spy tech, I don't know how much he values that relationship. And maybe he does. Maybe he says, you know what, if I'm not the head coach, I'd rather go out there but I don't know the connection there. I don't think he's going to bet on a guy like spy tech to go out there and play that game. Me personally, I don't see it happening. Salute to Cap. Hate to say it, but the Raiders are never going to be nobody's first choice. At this point, we're just taking sloppy seconds or thirds and hoping we make chicken salad out of chicken shit. 2025 is going to be painful. Salute to y'all. Salute to you, Cap. And
seconds, bro.
Hurt my soul, bro.
Damn, bro. You got us at the end of the choo-choo.
Hey, you know what? You know what, Cap? You know why it hurts, Cap? Because you ain't saying nothing but fucking facts. Salute to my guy Cap, man. Salute to them because once again, right? Sloppy seconds. Even look, Ben Johnson was the first guy. Even Pete Carroll is probably sitting back like, why y'all ain't want me no more, man? Like,
you don't want me no more.
Why you don't want me no more, man? Can't
about man.
That good old content. Salute to them. So confused as to why Mark, Tom, and company have an interview. I know that is really interesting to me, especially with the spy tech connection. It makes no sense to me, Dan. And we haven't requested one. It looks like he's not going to be in the building anytime soon. It's only Mumpkin moving forward. I think we have another interview with Robert Salah. We might bring Vance Joseph back in. I don't know, but I'm just guessing that it's Pete Carroll. I'm guessing that is the move, but I'm a little confused.
We don't know. But look, man, let me tell you something. It's pretty hard. If you are the Raiders, right, it's about hiring the right guy, but it's hard to sell the nation on Vance Joseph.
Oh, no. He was a terrible head coach.
It's hard to sell the nation on any of these other guys.
Yeah.
It's hard, man.
Yeah.
It's hard to sell us on that, bro. Like, yo, you're going to have a shitstorm. Now, it's like, so now you got to ask yourself, man, are the Raiders interested in placating Max Crosby with hiring a defensive-minded head coach that's young like a Robert Salah? Are they interested in doing that?
Or right? Pete Carroll, who's won? I mean, Matt keeps talking about winning. I mean, Pete Carroll's done nothing but win.
So it's nasty work, bro. Nasty work, man.
Salute the Raider. Air and Z. Ben saw Daniels ball out against them and thought maybe he can do that with Caleb. Sucks, but we have other candidates to consider still. Salute to my guy on the $5 special. Salute to Jose, man. Keeping it 100. I wanted Carroll over Johnson. We need a coach setter. Carroll proves that. I'd rather have a proven coach than knowing if it will work with Johnson. Cohen for OC. That's not going to happen, at least this year. You know what I mean? That's not going to happen. But I'm in agreement with you at this point. Now that my guy is off the board, bring in Pete Carroll.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, guys, and when you guys start talking about bringing in Brian Flores, you got to understand something about that.
Love Brian Flores. Love him.
Look, Mark Davis was against Vrabel, rumor has it, because he's a Patriot guy.
Okay.
Right? So, Brian Flores is a Patriot guy.
Mm-hmm.
Bill O'Brien is a Patriot guy.
Mm-hmm.
This guy's a Patriot guys, bro.
Yeah.
And then Mark Davis vetoed that. Look, man, it's looking like Pete Carroll a bust or Joe Brady a bust. And do I want Joe Brady as my head coach? I don't know about that.
Yeah, I don't know either. I love the way I love his playbook, though. I'll tell you that. But I don't know if he's made to be in head coach. Yeah, but Joe Brady, man, they still in the thick of things here. And hopefully they go out there and knock the Chiefs out here in a minute. But Todd Monken is a name that I'm keeping an eye on, though. I'm still waiting to see if they bring him in and have that interview and I want to see how that goes, because he is a guy we talked about a lot. Phenomenal offensive mind, Georgia, Baltimore. I know that they shit the bed this past week, you know, and now they're out of it. But that is a guy, man, that I'm definitely keeping monitoring moving forward. If Pete Carroll isn't the guy, Todd Monken for sure. Yeah,
Todd Monken is a guy that I'm very excited because listen, I can see a Todd Monken pair with Justin Fields. Right, Todd Monken, you know, I would love to see that. And
they go draft Jalen Milroe?
Nah, I'm kind of cool with Jalen Milroe.
I'm just saying, if you go get another mobile guy and you sit him down for a year or two, develop him, you know, I can see that.
Now, I don't know if he's worth developing, right?
Well, let me ask you, if Pete Carroll was the guy, do you think we go out and get a Justin Fields in free agency and we just go defense in the draft?
No, I think he'd probably go out and go get a guy he's familiar with, like Geno Smith.
Okay. I mean,
Geno's going to be a free agent. I don't know what Seattle Seahawks are going to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because is Sam Howell there?
Yes.
So maybe they might go forward with Sam Howell. You know, he might go get Geno and go draft a guy, you know, probably, and, you know, bring it to Will Howard, guys like that. Like, that seems more what Pete Carroll would do. And I'm here for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, man, I want to compete, bro. Like, I want to have a chance to compete, and I want to know that no matter what, when we go out there, we are not behind the 8 ball from a coaching perspective.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's exactly where I'm at with this thing too, because we were out-coached, outplayed every single game outside of that fourth quarter against the Baltimore Ravens this past season. It was nasty work. Well, you can go to the Saints game and the Jazz game, but them shits didn't matter. I mean, but yes, I agree with you, bro. Like, I want to feel like we're going into every game knowing that our coaching staff can match up with the opposing or dominate that opposing coaching staff. So I agree with you. And Cut the Check says, I watch Hondo every day. He never said it was a guarantee. Salute to Cut the Check. And that's no knock to Unc. You know what I'm saying? But I got to keep it a buck here, man. You know, once again, this is no knock. We just keep it real over here at Shillmore. I've seen some things over there this season that kind of rubbed me the wrong way. And some of the conversations we've had behind the scenes, trying to knock other people off the box and they're still doing the same shit. I don't like that, bro. That's nasty work, bro. I don't like that shit.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, look.
We moving different over here. That's why we stick to just Shillmore. We'll have guests on. We'll let them come on and talk their shit. But like, we stick to us. I'm telling y'all right now, anything that bro does, we do not stand behind any of that. Do we have respect for him?
Nah, not at all, bro. We never have. Like, yo, bro, y'all got to understand something. Look, and I got to say this, man. There's a lot of times, man, you know, Graf being a nice guy that he is, right? Me being a nice guy that I am, that we try to add value to our show, because sometimes, you know, him and I, we do so much together. Like, sometimes you want to bring somebody to break up, you know, to break not the monotony, but just try to add something different. And that doesn't mean that we're going to wear everything that anyone we bring on our channel does.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The only guy that I can vouch for, that I was eye to eye with, the only guy I broke bread with for real, the only guy I travel the country with is Graf. Graf, Hammer, Mike, Sid, Andy, Sid. Yeah. Everybody else, bro, they're acquaintances.
Yeah.
And they come on this channel and it's a fair exchange of knowledge. But other than that, we're not like tied to these guys and what they do. We don't got to wear everything that they do. And I want you guys to realize that, man. I want you to realize that. Like, that's the reason why, if you notice, I am a douchebag. I don't like bringing people on my channel. I would much rather just do my own show or do a show with Graf, and that's it. I don't bring anybody on.
It's all me. It's all me.
It's not just you. I'm just saying, but you, Graf, you know how I've always been, bro.
I know, but I'm saying that I'm the one that brings the guests on. You're like, okay, that's what we're rocking with? I bet. Like, so, but once again, I'm not, look, that man does what he does, respect, there's nothing but we communicate, we're cool, but I've seen some weird shit this year. I can't stand behind any of that. Salute to fuck the Chiefs again. I try not to get salty, but the Bear fans, man, bro, they've been in my mentions crazy on Twitter.
Hey, Duet Stream, who are you talking about? Are you calling us clowns? You can get the F up out of here. Let me tell you something. Don't get unceremoniously blocked. You're lucky I'm not controlling the chat, goddammit. Don't get unceremoniously. I'm not in the mood, Duet Stream. Are you calling us clowns?
We got some mob fathers in the building. Salute to Western Conference. Pete Carroll time. F. Ben Johnson. Salute Nation. Salute to my guy, Western Conference. Salute to Larry DM as well on a $10 special. We are all in love with the Raiders' vision Al made. Mark cannot provide that, and he will never provide that. We're the Cleveland Browns. It's going to be a long time before this team is fixed. Salute to my guy, Larry, with the hurtful, depressing $10. Hurts my soul. We got 3,300 people in the building, you guys. Wipe them feet, hit them thumbs up, pay your bar tabs, hit that subscribe button on both channels if you guys have not gotten the chance to yet. I fear pairing Carroll with the GM of his choice. That's not going to happen.
No.
At this point, Carroll's been out of the league for so long, he has to take what he can get. And I think that Brady's going to bring in his guy, Spy Tech, and that'll be the guy. Simple and plain. So I don't think that Carroll has any power in this situation of who he wants to bring in, regardless of all the accolades and accomplishments that he has, under his belt. It doesn't matter. I think personally, he will go wherever who wants to hire him, and he'll try to work his way up. But I don't think there's going to be any power in terms of him bringing in the GM. Salute to Jordy. I hope this sits in these players' bones next year like a fire, all of it. We are responsible for changing our story and the narrative around us. Salute to my guy, Jordy, with a haymaker, man. Salute to you on the $5 special as well. Salute to 24, gifting 5 OLV. We're so behind in the chat, you guys. We literally have over 3,000 people in the building. So salute to you guys as always. And we will get to as many questions as we can possible. Trust. 2-4, appreciate you. Salute to all the new members in the building because of one of the GOATs over here at Shieldmore, man. My guy, 2-4. If you guys want to become members, hit the links. They're pinned up top. They help us. They keep us with the lights on over here. They definitely keep us moving and grooving over here. Raider Mike, in hindsight, let's be honest, regardless of his drafting, losing Gruden 2.0 set this franchise back. I think Carroll's the best bet. Salute. I think that Gruden set this franchise back by the way he drafted
him. I think it was addition by subtraction getting him the F up out of here.
Yeah, me too. I think that we got lucky, Raider Mike, the way things happened because they were drafting miserably. Yeah, you're going to get a Max or a Hunter Renfrow here and there, but they drafted Malcolm Kuntz, some guys there, but they drafted really, really bad. Gruden is definitely one of the main ingredients in this shit show in Las Vegas for sure. Salute to PJ Houston, best Raiders content by far, my guy. Spy Tech and Cohen/Monken with a good DC for me, or Pete comes in and brings on his successor. Stick together, fam. Salute to my guy, PJ. And we appreciate you on those kind words, my brother. Real talk, man. MTL, we talked about this offline. Just don't want the front office to flip the prime. They won't. I don't see that happening at all. That'll be desperation mode at that point. Like, you know what? All right, well, we're gonna go get our quarterback now then, because essentially you bring in Dion, Shador's coming in. So, but don't be shocked to start hearing a lot of this. Salute to Illinois. I want to say this. Salute to my guys. Says Bear fans, sorry for your loss. Classy, man. Classy, brother. Hey, you guys, real talk. Caleb, you guys got some weapons. DeAndre Swift, Roma Dunzy, Cole Kmet. Go out there, man, and win y'all division, man. Real talk.
Hey, Graf, man, I'm coming over to your chat. We're blocking his ass. Get the F up out of here. Get the F up out of here with your crap.
Other classy fans like that, man.
Yeah, man, he ain't classy. Get the F up out of here.
Hey, it's your man's in them right here. TNO way, but we just talking about this.
Yeah, Daryl Bevell.
Yeah. Hey,
talk about Daryl Bevell, man.
We were just talking about him on the phone, TNO way for like a fucking hour before we did this live, which is hilarious, man.
Yeah, what a F to get the F up out of here, you Bears fan.
Nah, you hating.
Man, get out of here with your
hating. You hating. So the diva.
You damn right, I'm hating. Get the F up out of here. Yeah, you know, you sorry for your loss. Fuck you. I hope you guys lose every game this season. I hope that Caleb Williams gets his back broken with his nail polish on his fingers. That's what I hope happens. F him. F him and Ben Johnson. I hope Ben Johnson's a terrible leader. I hope he's everything that Josh McDaniels was for us. F him and F the Chicago Bears. As a staff, or organization, a team, and a record label.
Take mine. Salute to Diva Tamer. So when, if / Pete starts cooking, how long does it take? And more importantly, how long does it last? That's the question I think all of us have.
Who cares as long as he cook?
Salute to Diva. Yeah, facts. And as long as he has a successor in the building that could potentially take over once, you know, bro, 73 years old. I know he's in great shape, but 73 years old, man, football, that should catch up to you. This is a demanding sport. And it's just go, 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 go. No sleep, no nothing. So, man, it's kind of scary to think about Pete. But, man, Pete is a phenomenal football mind. Salute to Kenny Mack. Gentlemen, this goes directly to Mark pressing the team to win when it was pointless. But after 10 straight losses, he should have stayed silent. Hashtag.
That's exactly what the F Marks Davis. Yo, and I'm going to tell you something, bro. Look, I've always been a supporter of Mark Davis. I love what he's done from a business perspective. But, yo, I'm going to need Mark Davis to like, toughen the fuck up. Like, and look, Graf, I don't need you to wear this, bro. I'm wearing this.
I'm aware.
I need him to toughen up. I'm sick of hearing about how close he is with the players. I'm sick of hearing him, you know, acting like some little cheerleader, like this shit happens in a vacuum, bro. Like, yo, you need a quarterback, bro. This is not no joke.
Yeah.
You need a quarterback, Mark Davis. That's why nobody wants to coach this team. That's the reason why you're losing every year. That's the reason why your stadium has a bunch of fans from another team there every freaking game.
I disagree with you.
Sick of it.
I disagree with you.
What happened?
I disagree with you.
Yeah, you can.
You just said that that's the reason why no other guy wants to coach this team, bro. We just had 1 million guys come in to interview for this head coaching job. Bro, and some guys that have a lot of accomplishments under their belts, bro. Like, I understand.
Not the guy we wanted. It's always, we're always the bridesmaid and not the effing bride. You know why? No, seriously, bro. Like, we sit up here and say these guys are interviewing, right? But, they interview. Some guys come and interview. Like, we got guys like Vance Joseph interviewing here. I don't want that effing guy here. There's only 3 people that I want to coach this team.
We knew what Vance Joseph was.
Didn't even interview here yet.
Bro, we knew what Vance Joseph was. We knew what that was. That was a Rooney Rule compliance.
Do that. You don't have to do that because there was other guys that were minorities who interviewed that were credible people.
We brought in Ron Rivera to do the same thing, bro. Like, we know what that is, bro.
Bro, is it so? You mean to tell me Ron Rivera? They brought in a bunch of people of color. I don't think that it had anything to do with the Rooney Rule. I don't. Excuse my ignorance.
Who was the other? Was Robert Salah categorized in that?
Well, yeah, he's
Lebanese, right?
Yeah. So, like, bro, I don't view it from that prism, bro. I don't. Especially Ron Rivera. Like, my God, the guy's been a head coach for forever.
About 500 kind of record.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. Yeah. So when you start talking about what Brady looked for, a guy who has experience, he is a guy on the market who has experience. Vance Joseph is a guy in this market who's done well.
He's a phenomenal defensive mind.
Huh? But he has experience. He's been a head coach.
Yeah.
Bro, I listen, man, I don't want to listen with Mark Davis, bro. All of that. Oh, I want to go out there and win. Why the fuck would you want that? You don't see what's been going on.
I agree with you on that for sure. I agree with you for that for sure.
Come the fuck on, bro. You think you're gonna go and Costco and buy a quarterback? God damn it!
Hey, when I got that message wasted that he was in there wigging out, bro, that we weren't winning and that he wanted to win. It's mandatory to win these next few games. When I got the call, brother, he was against the Atlanta game, prime time. He was pissed. And I'm going to tell y'all right now, the source that we have, it don't get any closer to Mark than this. He was pissed. He wanted to win those games. And look, and now we're at 6. I can't even say what was said. If I said what was said, the nation would complete. You know what was said.
Yeah. I don't want to hear that shit, bro.
No,
that's the reason why. That's why Jaden Daniels ain't our quarterback.
Yeah.
because we went there and we won a bunch of meaningless games, and now we gotta watch this dude. I'm sick of that recency bias. I'm sick of that. Oh, I'm not gonna take Jalen Carter because of what happened with Henry Ruggs instead of dealing with the situation in an isolated manner. I'm tired of that. I'm like, if you're gonna meddle, bro, just stop fronting, because a lot of this shit is happening because he's meddling. If you're a hands-off owner, then be hands-off and go sit your ass up in the booth and eat your damn wings.
Salute to Hoffy. Nose ring, y'all. No booger. Nose ring, no booger. Salute to Hoffy. Y'all, other fans, not OLV, had me thinking Ben Johnson could turn a pet rock into a championship caliber quarterback. Turns out Ben Johnson doesn't think so. Salute to my guy Hoffy on the $20 donation. I mean, look, we were pumping up, Ben Johnson over here as well, but we didn't think that he could turn Aiden O'Connell into Tom Brady. We never thought that. We assumed that he would go out and get the guy that he wanted. So anybody that was stating that Ben Johnson can turn to anybody, I mean, why would anybody even think that? I mean, bro, he already had a former number one pick in Goff that went to a Super Bowl before. So it wasn't like Ben Johnson turned chicken shit into chicken salad or chicken, let's reverse that analogy, right? Like, let's just keep it a buck. I tried, bro. I tried. I fucked up. I fucked up miserably. All right. Don't hold me accountable for that. Okay. I tried to reverse the angle and it's fucked.
Hey, look, listen, brother. It was a great attempt. But everybody acts like they got Jared Goff at a flea market, like he's some reclamation product. God, the guy was the number one pick.
Yeah.
Not number 2, not number 3, the number one pick.
And a phenomenal collegiate player at Cal.
So guess what number one picks do? They go to the Super Bowl.
And guess what? And guess where Ben went? To go get another former first-round pick in Chicago for number one pick in Caleb Williams. Salute to God family and Raiders for life. Telesco got fired. And I must say this real quick, too. Teddy Bridgewater only threw the ball once on that drive. They ran the ball. Like, Ben didn't want to play those games. He wasn't willing to give up the football. He threw one time, and I believe he threw it like it was like in the backfield of one of his running backs. It was like for like 3 yards. So it wasn't like he wasn't testing that theory with Teddy Bridgewater, another guy that was, highly regarded out of college and so on and so forth. So he's worked magic with a guy that was a former first number one guy that already went to a Super Bowl with the Los Angeles Rams. God family, Telesco got fired because he didn't sell the house for Jaden Daniels, and we see where he's going, up, up, up. He tried, God and family. I can tell you this for sure. Whoever tries to sell you this is, bro, Doug. The Commanders were not moving on from that pick. The Raiders could have threw 5 first-round picks their way, and probably Max Crosby. They weren't going to move off that pick. It just was not.
Let me ask you guys a question. If you guys had the Raiders, right, and say, for instance, the Raiders had Patrick Mahomes, how many first-round picks would be palatable for you to give up on him?
For Patrick Mahomes?
You couldn't give me 8 first-round picks for him.
No, I wouldn't take 10.
I wouldn't take 10.
No.
Bro, you got to understand something. These guys are in the football business just like we are. Yeah. They saw the greatness in Jaden Daniels just like we saw.
They knew exactly what that was.
They knew exactly what that was. They're not stupid, bro. Yeah. They know what they're dealing with there.
And what did Magic Johnson and company say and Adam Peters say? They said, hey, Cliff, you about to bet on that motherfucker? They put a Tom Brady. You finna –
Yeah. And Cliff Kingsbury is a slippery motherfucker. Like, everybody's like, oh, bring Cliff Kingsbury here. Cliff Kingsbury is not leaving that situation, bro. No. He's not leaving it because guess what?
The one situation he would have was Chicago. That was it.
Yeah, because he have Caleb Williams, right?
Yeah.
Right? Bro, listen. Cliff Kingsbury is a guy who was a head coach in a situation with a thought to be generational guy in Kyler Murray. He will never leave that job in Washington going to go coach Flotsam and Jetsam at quarterback like we got.
Nope. So the Diva. Also hate to mention that clearing the table for Johnson without a deal behind the scenes shows Tom Brady ain't got it either. That's Bush League. Hate to mention that.
What the F are you talking, bro? So you guys act like we fired John Madden or some shit. We fired a guy that should have never been head coach in the goddamn first place. And we also fired another guy who pretty much, is a paralysis by analysis.
Hold on. Let's do this. Diva, we have other interviews sent up right now. Would you rather have Pete Carroll or Antonio Pierce? Would you rather have Robert Salah or Antonio Pierce? Would you rather have Todd Monken or Antonio Pierce? Would you rather have even Vance Joseph than Antonio Pierce. We could go the long list of these guys. I would rather have every single one of those guys over Antonio Pierce. But guess what? There's not another team in the NFL that will want Antonio Pierce as their head coach. Right now, tomorrow, next year, the following year, it'll never happen. So what do we mean? What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Like, this is the thing. Tom Brady cleaned house because in free agency, well, not in free agency, around this timetable, when you want to go out there and identify your former head coach, it's always best to have a clear situation. Ben Johnson is not the only guy. And look, we have a ton of general manager interviews, ton of them. Like this is not like we don't have a plan in motion. Plan A was Ben Johnson. Plan A failed.
Now you go to plan B, and that doesn't mean plan B doesn't work.
No.
That's what life is. You know what life is?
So the deal.
And good management. You know what good management does? They remove obstacles from the workforce. They remove obstacles from out of the way of the workforce. So what you do is now you don't have Ben Johnson. Go bring somebody who's going to remove those obstacles away from us winning. But guys, look, let's just and I lost my train of thought, but let's bring this all back into it.
Wasted.
Let's bring this back into a real perspective here, man. You can sit here and you can say whatever you want. You guys can be like, oh, well, you guys say you don't want to tank and you don't support tanking. What I'm saying is that, I don't support just organizationally going into a season and saying we're not trying to win it all.
Yeah.
But what I do support is recognizing the reality of the situation once it's towards the end of the season and you've been eliminated from the fucking playoffs. That's what I support. Realizing the reality.
And now
the young players and playing the young players saying, hey, Max, hey, man, you got a paper cut? Let me sit you down.
Now, mind you, if they go out there and these young players ball out and they win games, we're not against that. We're not telling them to go out there and fuck up on purpose. We're just stating the obvious here. Put the young guys out there, let them play. More than likely, you'll probably lose. If not, we might have some dogs in some of these young kids.
Good. But, you don't go out there and, let me give you an example. With Aiden O'Connell. Aiden O'Connell got his whole cabbage cracked.
Cracked.
Knee fucked up. Guarantee you Aiden O'Connell has a problem with his knee right now. I guarantee it.
Yep.
I guarantee it. You should have just sat him down and played Connor Bradley.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
Why not? That's the perfect time. Let him take some live bullets.
See what you got out of the
UDFA. Dylan Labe?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
That is what we mean. We're not talking about taking. We're talking about recognizing the reality. So going out there and going all out and, taking time out to the end of the game.
No. Fuck all that. Bro, you don't have to say any of this shit. Bro, we were on a 10-game skid. Fuck out of here. Lose. What the fuck you gonna win for? For what? You were on a 10-game skid. You think going out winning the last 3 games is gonna make anybody truly happy?
All it's gonna do is piss everybody off and piss the people that all of the hope, the whole reason as a fan base, right? When you're getting your head kicked in for fucking 3 months. And we come in, we watch these games, we report on this shit. For 3 months, we've been getting our head kicked in. The only thing you got to hold on to is saying, man, maybe we might get our guy.
Yep.
Just for you in the same fucking
no. While the guy is flirting with the idea of being with the
and then you come and you pull the rug from under us. You pull a rug. You pull all the fucking hope away from us before the season ends. And you think I'm supposed to be happy with that? Man, get the fuck out of here, bro.
Casey, we already spoke our truth on Mike McCarthy. If you can, brother, run the show.
I don't want Mike McCarthy.
We spoke. I think he can be great in New Orleans, or I thought he would have been great in Chicago. I don't think that Vegas would be a good fit for him. Salute to Casey. Salute to Gio. Did Jay Daniels scare BJ, or were we just leverage? What do you mean? For us, Jaden Daniels? I think Ben Johnson is smart enough to know that was never. Oh, you mean with Washington? Against what do you mean?
Know. Are you talking about BJ's? Because that's always leverage.
But Gio, I'm trying to figure out what you mean when they played the Commanders. Are you elaborate, Gio, in the comment section if you can. Salute to Midnight, my guy. If it's Pete, I think Doug Gabriel or Doug Gabriel, or a former Raider. Salute to Doug Gabriel. He's been on the channel, been on the show a few times. Friend of the channel. Dylan Gabriel or Jackson Dart is in play in round 2 or 3. Running back at 6. Salute to my guy Midnight. We talked about this right offline that Pete Carroll and them were probably going to want to run the ball a lot. I wouldn't be against, even if it was Ben Johnson. I wouldn't be shocked if it was a running back at all. You know what I mean? But don't count out the Chicago Bears to take GT if he's there too, you guys. They're at 10. Caleb just posted a picture with GT online. GT and Caleb in that system could be phenomenal, bro.
Bro, man, I hope that he's a bust with a capital B.
Wasted. Hater, man. Hey.
Silky Johnson. Just call me Silky Johnson.
Salute to Cut the Check. I don't think TB12 or Mark is worried about it at all. Raiders don't cry over spilled milk. Pete Carroll is a beyond proven head coach. Fuck age. Talk, Cut the Check. Talk. Salute to my guy on a $5 special. I can't say this, though. I do believe that they're a little pissed off that Ben Johnson chose.
A little. I mean, Tom Brady did everything but twerk to get him.
Yeah.
What y'all talking about?
Max. And then Cut the Check. Winning equals respect in the NFL, period. Salute to my guy. Salute to the 3,500 people, you guys. Make sure you guys wipe them feet. Pay your bar tabs. Hit that subscribe button if you guys are not subscribed yet. What time's the game on? Wait, so you know?
Soon.
Okay, we're going to get out of here in a second. Let's get these supers. Daniel, disappointed but not angry. Johnson went to the team with the quarterback number one pick on a rookie deal. I'm more upset with the Telesco fire. And I'm not mad at that, Meeker. I'm not mad at that at all. To be real, it's kind of a question mark now, right? You kind of got to – but you know what? I think that Tom said, you know what? Regardless, if we don't get Ben, I think we can upgrade at the general manager spot. If that's what they think in the building, I'm not against this. Tom Telesco came off as a very quiet guy that didn't really seem to me like he communicated a lot with everybody around him. And I think that they want more of a guy that more involved with just everybody.
Yeah, Tom Telesco looked like he was an isolated guy. He doesn't look like
he was isolated. I told you with Cincinnati on the sidelines, away from everybody. Just
and the problem is that this situation is the kind of situation you have to be more engaging with the people around you, and you have to be willing to do things. You have to be willing to take risk. You know, that's a whole part of what it means to be a good executive in this league. You have to take calculated risk at the right time. Yep. You can't just allow everything to come to you, because you'll never win like that. All that's going to guarantee you is that you'll be competitive, but you'll never be the top team. You got to take calculated risk. And I don't think that Tom Telesco is that kind of GM. And that's what always scared me about. That's why I call him Coupon Tom.
Yeah. Yeah, I think most people are in agreement, especially Charger fans. The same thing. I'm okay with Pete Carroll, proven winner. We need to tank next year, swallow our ego, because next year is generational talent. I think that this year is generational talent. Maybe not the quarterback spot, but I think that you can be very competitive if you hit this draft out the ballpark. This is a talented class, Omar, at the running back spot. There's some nice O-linemen. There's some phenomenal defenders at most of those positions. This is a deep class. I know the quarterback, position may seem thin in this draft class, and I'm in agreement with you in that. But I'm gonna say this: if you hit this draft out the ballpark, especially the way we did it last year, and those guys are gonna be better in year two. You know what I mean? Like, we can be competitive. We can definitely be competitive. I don't think that we're gonna be anywhere near Archie Manning status, especially if Pete Carroll's in the building. If Pete Carroll's in the building, I don't see that. I just don't. And mind you guys, Pete Carroll don't have the time to try and go out there and lose and sit around. That motherfucker can die tomorrow, bro. Like,
whoa, what the F is wrong with you?
Bro, hey, dog.
What the F is wrong with you?
Bro, he got a little Tales of the Crypt a little bit to him, bro. I'm just keeping it a buck right here. I'm keeping it a bean with you.
You putting the guy in the grave already, bro.
I'm not. That's God's plan. I ain't got nothing to do with it.
F is wrong with you. Why can't you just say that he's going to be the next Marv Levy?
Damn, Marv, Buffalo Bills, man, phenomenal guy.
The F is wrong with you,
Wait, if a new coach flops, we go 2-15. Fuck it, gets in 26. Salute to my guy Johnny Wade, my dog out there in Indianapolis. Salute to CC as well. I don't see any positive in Pete. His last 3 seasons were trash. I wouldn't say completely trash, but
better than Antonio Pierce not knowing when to call a timeout.
This happens.
Terrible coaches other places.
But what happens is change happens, right? You move on from Russell Wilson. You try to go find a new quarterback. You no longer have Marshawn out there in Seattle, and there's change. Like, you have to go through that rebuild. And I just think that Pete Carroll was out there trying to build on the fly. I wouldn't say terrible. Look at his last 3 seasons if you can real quick. I want to see where they were scheduled. Victories and loss wise. I want to see where they are.
Yeah, I mean, listen, bro. I told you Pete Carroll did pretty damn well, man.
So the band, how do we get Peyton Manning to do the same spell ceremony as he did in Detroit? Only voodoo magic can save us at this point. Detroit Buddha, Ben. Detroit Buddha.
Detroit Buddha is the only thing that will save us all.
Yeah, Detroit Buddha, Ben. Raider AO, why wouldn't person
in person with every team in person? So I guess why wouldn't it be an interview in person with every team? I don't effing know what you mean by that.
Hey man, look. Raider AO, it sounds like this guy already had his mind made up. He didn't even do a second interview with Chicago. They caught the jet out there and they moved along. So
yeah, it was a formality, bro.
But the first interviews during some of those can't come in because of the playoffs due to what's going on. Like there's certain rules you have to stick to in order to have a guys in the building in person. So to Louis Kingsbury, F him after ditching this last year for Washington. But what he's doing over there and with JD5, I mean, is he worth taking? Let me say this, Louis. And me and Waster were talking about this. I think that Jaden Daniels is just so good that he makes Cliff Kingsbury look good. I'm not saying that Cliff, some of his system is rubbing off on Jaden Daniels at all.
Hey, Graf, real quick, man. With Pete Carroll, 2021, Seahawks were 7-10. 2022, they were 9-8. 2023, they were 9-8. Before that, he was 12-4, 11-5, 10-6, 9-7, 10-5, 10-5, 12-4, 13-3, 11-5.
There you go.
And in the first 2 years, he was 7-9 there. And then previous to that, he was 8-8 with New England. He was 9-7 with New England. And with he was 10-6 with New England. And he
don't have to go back there. Wait, guess what I don't see right there? I don't see 1-4-13.
Nope.
There you go. But Louis, let me say this. Cliff is not going to interview until the playoffs are up. Now, I do believe that the Philadelphia Eagles are going to get them the fuck out of here this upcoming weekend, but you never know. But I have to say that Jaden plays a pivotal role in what, making that system look the way it looks.
Bro, somebody just said, having Pete here, he ended in mediocrity. Dude, let me ask you fucking guys here. Excuse my language, because I just listen, guys. The last week or two, I just had a very, very low tolerance of bullshit. You mean to tell me that 9-8, how ass we've been, is mediocrity that you just can't stand behind? You would pray you're 9-8, losing 10 games in a row and getting your head kicked in for 3 fucking months with Antonio Pierce. You guys are the same people that tell me that you got to keep Antonio Pierce here and ride it out so he can be asked for another 3 years. You guys are the same people that tell me to go get John Gruden here so he can stink it up. Get the F up out of here with that crap.
Talk! Salute to RS. You think the media has something to do with BJ not wanting to sign? No.
If he's that much of a snowflake, then he's going to be a shitty.
We don't want him anyway. Yeah.
He's going to be not even, we don't want him. Nobody wants him. He's a shitty head coach. If he's going to, crumble to media pressure, peripheral pressure, when he's actually inside of the building talking to these people and knowing the nuts and bolts of what's going on.
We leave that shit up to the Kevin Durant's of the world. Salute the trip.
True.
Ben Johnson reminded me of McDummy and Adam Gase. He's going to be a train wreck in Chicago. Just wait. Salute the trip with the negativity.
Yeah, from your lips to God's ears.
So the Geo, till the pens to the paper, nothing's guaranteed. Message. Salute to my guy, Geo. Salute to everybody here in the building, man. 3,500 still strong. Salute to keeping the G. If Pete, who would he be able to bring in as an OC? If you have to think, Tom wants someone calling plays that he has confidence in. He will always be a quarterback. Once again, I know people don't want to hear it, but we just talked about him. You want to talk about him? You want to talk about him?
Daryl Bevell and all that.
No, not Deb. Not. Huh?
Shane Waldron.
Yeah. Shane Waldron. I think that he was a guy.
Hey, listen, Raider Felon, you're about to get unceremoniously blocked. I love standing on my fucking soapbox. You get the F up out of here.
But I would think that I would think that he would be one of the options out there. But who's to say? Let's get this head coach in place first, and then we'll start throwing out those names and stuff like that. But he's a name to keep an eye on. He was out there coaching the offense or helping coach the offense 2021 to 2023, I believe, before he moved on to Chicago. So Keep an eye on him. Salute to Funky Raider. Good afternoon, Kings. Wasted. You should know who my profile pick is. If Carroll is hired, who do you think will be their quarterback? We just went over that, Funky Raider. So hopefully you got your answer.
Yeah, we know that is George Clinton, P Funk's very own.
Hey, Funky Raider, right? It applies.
Yeah, listen, man, the funk, the whole funk, and nothing but the funk.
All of it. Salute to Mando. Fields or Milroe, who has more potential? I think that. Let me say this: Fields is still very young. I think Fields is a lot more talented. I think Fields is more talented than Jalen Milroe. I think if we take Jalen Milroe, and I could be wrong, if it's not Todd Monken, I think that we're making a major mistake drafting that kid out of Alabama.
Yes.
I don't see it.
I think he should go back to school, but that's just me.
Yeah. Mando, but I'll go with Justin Fields there. Salute to Shiloh. Ben didn't want to see the AFC West masterminds and Reed, Payton, and Harbaugh draft Abdul Carter. Salute to the both of you. Let me say this, Shiloh. That division isn't easy. You got LaFleur out there. You got Kevin O'Connell. You know, you bro, you got Dan Campbell.
There's no country for old men out there, man.
Yeah, that's a very interesting division as well. So, look, man, hey, you know, he stuck with what's familiar. He knows Detroit more than anybody. He knows Chicago more than anybody. He knows Green Bay more than he plays these teams twice a year. I think he stuck with what was familiar, and once again, he had Caleb at his disposal. So,
yeah, man. Listen, hopefully, when he's trying to help Caleb, go through scripted plays and be under center as Caleb paints his fingernails. I hope, and when Caleb loses the game and he falls down in a heap and cries in his mama's arms like a little baby back bitch.
Yeah.
I hope, Ben Johnson, that you sit up there and say, man, maybe I could have came to Las Vegas and Coach Aiden O'Connell with one of the worst mustaches on God's creation. That's what I'm hoping, man.
Yo, I bet you don't know what nail polish you got, but I bet you this. You can go over to BetUS and figure it out. So over at BetUS, you guys, this live stream is powered by BetUS. Head over there and get 150% bonus on your first deposit.
Or 125% on your next two deposits.
Or
come on, man.
Up to $2,000. Fastest payouts in the industry, you guys. Head over to BetUS. Tell them that Graph and Wasted sent you. If you're a bettor, nobody does it better than BetUS. Salute. Once again, this live stream is
powered by BetUS.
So that's that. Head coach Brian Flores, OC Todd Monken. Monk is not leaving Baltimore to come over and be an OC with Vegas. With all those weapons he has.
Why would you leave Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry to come over here and coach Flotsam and Jetsam? Get the F up out of here.
I hear you, bro. But you know what? I expect more out of US.
Yeah, man. Brian Flores is the head coach. The F up out of here. So Mark says, I don't want Vrabel because he's a Patriot guy, but I'm going to go get another Patriot guy. No, and if Mark does that, I'm going to be pissed.
Johnny says, no. And a 73-year-old coach. We have cap space, but will free agents want to come here and play for us? Getting nervous for our Raiders. I'll say this: if Pete Carroll's in the building, why not? He has a proven track record. You know what I mean? And bro, this is the thing. It's a business. We have that no state tax at our disposal at all times. These guys want to make money. Look, y'all, I know that everybody wants to look at this the way we looked at it back in the day as everybody wants to go to the best teams. Man, look, bro, business. Not for long.
They're not saying, I want to be the best. They want to get the best paycheck, bro. Yeah. There's a whole lot of guys in the National Football League who, if they money and they chicken ain't right, they ain't right.
Yeah.
This is a job for them, bro. It's their career. And I'm going to be honest with you, bro. Look, say what you want about Pete Carroll, right? But people in the NFL have a certain level of athletic arrogance. They think that if they get 2 or 3 things to go right, that they can win.
Yeah.
They really do. Now, I think the thing with the Raiders is that they have to get a quarterback that's palatable. Like, there's certain guys that are superstars, and we know who those guys are, right? But there are guys that are palatable, like the kid in Detroit. Raiders want Pete Carroll.
Former Seahawks head coach is top option now after losing out on Ben Johnson.
Yeah, and that's great because the thing is, if you can have somebody in the building that's palatable, right, that has played, who's a veteran guy that you think maybe you can win with, and you could draft a guy that's the heir apparent in the future, you can have some guys that come here and say, hey, man, This is going to be the Legion of Boom 2.0. We don't need anybody like Patrick Mahomes. We're going to go beat his ass up.
Talk.
And bro, that's what it could have been with AP if he knew how to coach.
Yep.
And
salute the Raider Prophet. Salute to Mick Raider. He's 70 plus, but energetic guy. It will help build. Talk, my brother. Salute to Mac. I'm not even mad. Just like I wasn't mad with Cliff pulling out. Pause. I just hope Raider fans see now that this is what happens when you win meaningless games. It's a domino effect. Talk that shit back.
And listen, you know what? You know what? Everybody's happy when they pull out. Sorry.
It's worked.
I had to.
It's worked for me for 12 years now, man. Facts. Salute to Mac with a Mac comment. Salute to Cut the Check. I've been rocking with both of y'all since day one. Goats. Seems like everybody and their mama got a Raider podcast now, and most of them, Hey, man, you know what? I got to say this, Cut the Check.
Most of them.
The thing is, man, I feel like I'm kind of highly responsible for a lot of the foolishness. And I'm sorry for that, nation. I'm sorry for that. Notre Dame, baby. My son came and said Notre Dame, baby. So keep it G. Successor plan is scary work. 2 voices, 1 room. Nah, man. Whoever comes in, man, is going to know that it's Pete Carroll's room. Simple and plain. Nobody's going to try and jump over Pete Carroll being the guy. I think that's what you mean. Keep it G, right? If you talk about Pete Carroll and bringing in somebody, I think they know the plan. Look, Pete's going to be like, trust me. I've been here. I've done that. When I move on, I'm gonna speak to Tom. I'll speak to Mark. This is your job when I move on. I'm not afraid of that. Every great coach has a successor behind them. It happens.
Was Parcells' successor.
Andy Reid and all of them. They all come from
Holmgren. All these guys come from a tree, man.
Yeah. Pause. Salute to Carroll. Come from a tree. I've never heard that before. Wasted. That was just insane.
What are you, a dendrophiliac?
Come from a tree. That's crazy.
You are a dendrophiliac, aren't you?
I've never heard that.
You don't even know what a dendrophiliac is, do you?
Definitely don't. I don't want to know.
Do me a favor. Look up what a dendrophiliac is. You're gonna be pretty pissed that I called you.
Dendrophiliac or whatever.
Dendrophiliac is a person who would like to have sex with trees.
That's real?
Yeah.
And you know what's crazy? I come from the city of trees. Salute to Karen Nicole official. Yes, Sacramento is the city of trees. As much as I hate to, I only align myself with Brady because I know he will do anything to keep Mahomes from breaking his winning streak. In Brady's agenda, I trust. Talk, Karen. Talk. Love it. Salute to you on a $10 donation. Salute also to everybody. I think I'm almost caught up. I'm almost caught to the chat, man. We got 3,500 people. Talk your shit, Wasted. Salute to Cut the Check. Salute to James. Raiders were never a serious choice for Johnson. I have to disagree with you. One of the younger, more talented QB. Raiders were used to drive up the contract process. I disagree with you, James. And I got love for you, brother. And you've been here for many moons. I respect your opinion, but I'm going to tell you right now, a lot of the smoke and a lot of the talk behind the scenes, he definitely was interested. I just think that he weighed his options and took the best job that he sees fit to win football games. Right now, at least.
Dendrophilia, the term that sometimes refers to paraphilia, which people are attracted or sexually aroused by trees. I'm sorry, man. Look, man, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I am an abyss of useless knowledge. Raph will tell you. I am. Sorry.
Salute to Ty Davis. I hope Ben Johnson gets BJ from Chicago, streetwalker, and his nuts swell up to the side of the and he steps on a Lego barefoot. Ty with the just diabolical shit. Salute to Ty, my guy, man. Salute. Have fun out there, Atlantic City, too, brother. BJ Pickett, Dennis Allen has DC lessons the sting. I'm telling you, man, Raider Nation wouldn't have been ready for that hire. He would have been they'd have been screaming like, this is what the fuck we getting right now. Telling you, man. Salute to Ross. Salute to Chopper. I've never heard that before, bro. Like, that's crazy. Sex with trees. Shit's wild. I'm young, but waste his analogy on people are funny as fuck because I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. Yo, I love it. Salute to Chopper. And I think we are almost officially caught up. I'm going to get these supers in, you guys. I don't want to make anybody feel like they're wasting their money. BJ is dead to me. He's a loser. He caved the NFL and media press. Talk, Rusty, talk. Talk. Bear down. These nuts. Salute to Rusty. Salute to Laser. Pete Carroll is a no-brainer pick. He's proven he could turn a losing program into champions, rather it be college or the NFL. Talk that shit, Laser. I'd just be interested to see who he thinks is going to be his quarterback of the future. I'm interested. I'm
interested in that too.
Yeah, to see where he would try to locate. And we were talking about off screen, watch him try and run it back with Russell Wilson and shit. That'd be hilarious, bro. Even though that didn't really end the way they wanted it to end in Seattle, it'd be if they were like, let's run it back. But I don't. No. David, I give two shits about AP. They fired Telesco to show Johnson he can have whatever he wants. Why clear the runway for a plane not guaranteed to land in your back?
You know why? Because it's not just Ben Johnson, bro.
It's not.
A lot of head coaches do not fancy jobs with people that they're not aligned with. And the problem with Tom Telesco is he is not well respected around the National Football League as far as from a GM perspective, right? It's not like he's a guy to everybody. I'm not saying that people say he's a terrible GM, but it's not like going to a job and getting hired by Howie Roseman here.
Yeah.
That's not what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a guy that people have some doubts about, and wrongfully so in certain cases. I think that he kind of got a bad shake of things out in Los Angeles because he had a meddling ownership group. And it was a lot of the decisions that were made there were not totally on him, right? But at the end of the day, if you start talking about if you're a head coach, whether it's Ben Johnson or whether it's Liam Cohen, whether it's Bobby Slowick, whomever, right? You want to make sure that it's not a cumbersome situation with the GM. And I'm going to be honest with you, man. I don't think that the new group that's in Mark Davis's ear were fond of Tom Telesco. I don't think they were, and because if they were, he'd still be here.
Yeah, facts. Salute to Foxy. I'm old enough to remember Black Sunday and the tail end of the glory years. I really feel for younger fans who've only experienced this. I'm so sick of this dysfunctional clusterfuck. Salute to Foxy Scorpio. We're old enough to remember that too.
Yeah.
We appreciate you, Foxy. Real talk. Salute to 24. Even though I was on the bench, higher in back of my mind, I had a feeling this was gonna be the same shitty movie. But listening to both of you is Raider therapeutic. On the plan B. Thank you. Thank you, my brother. Salute to 24 on a $10 special. And thank you even more for the kind words, my bro. Salute to Ridgeback. Get me a balloon for Silky.
You saw the Chappelle.
Yeah, salute to Ridge. Lewis, I think AP knew he was on his way out. And him winning those two games was his way of screwing us. I don't think so. I think that he truly thought that he had a chance to keep this job because of all the things that happened, last year with injuries and so on and so forth. But I think that there was a ton of pressure on his organization moving forward that they needed to set the tone moving forward, and they had to move on from AP. I don't think that he won those games to shit on us. Look, man, it wasn't even a for sure thing that we would have won those two games. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I can't give AP that much credit, like at all, man. So we played two beat up teams, Lewis, two teams that were probably worse than us at that point. Jacksonville playing Mac Jones. They were beat up, and New Orleans was beat to shit. You know what I mean? So, no. Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry, brother. I didn't mean to do that.
No Kamara, no Olave, no DC. They were beat down. So salute to Damager. Unpopular. A defensive head coach will probably make us a run-heavy team. If I'm Brock Bowers, I'm seriously weighing up my future. Oh, no.
No. Brock's going to be in the equation. And whenever you throw, because it's not like you can just run all the damn time, he's going to be a guy that you got to consider. And just because you have a run-first team, a lot of times that opens it up for guys over the middle.
The tight end. Yeah.
It opens it up for tight ends, guys that go over the middle of the field. Now, a lot of the times, in this league, man, the situation dictates the actions. I just think that, a run first team like Baltimore, there are times where Baltimore will light it up, right? But the one thing, if you talk about Baltimore, that they've always had is production from the tight end perspective.
Yeah.
As much as they run, you're always going to get that.
Yeah. No, I disagree with you, Damager. Salute to you, though, brother. Appreciate you. Hashtag tampering. Salute to our guy, Brandon Tampering Curtis, the Jersey God. My guy, Brandon, in the building. Salute to David. Thoughts? Head coach Carroll, bring over Geno Smith. We just talked about that. Draft Carter first. Second round, best O-lineman. Third, Scatterboo. Throw the bag at T. Higgins. I'm not against any of that. I'm not. I'm not a major fan of Geno Smith. I think that he did reinvent himself out there in Seattle. They had their ground game wasn't that great this past season, and he kind of reverted to more of the older version of himself. But I'm not ready to call Geno Smith's career yet. But if that's going to be the answer for us, it's not going to be the answer. It's not. You got to go find a young kid to develop behind him. And once again, this is, I don't want to say a Jimmy G move because Geno's better. I don't want to say a Gardner Minshew move because I think Geno's better. But this is still one of those moves. You're bringing in a bridge guy, and I don't think Geno's the guy moving forward for the future.
Geno Smith is not a guy that you're going to look at and say he's a franchise guy, right? The thing is that if we're hoping that we're going to get lucky, and get a guy that's a fringe guy that kind of gets some wins. A lot of times, a lot of Raider fans, we hope for the next Rich Gannon, right? Where, to be honest with you, what we need to hope for is to have the next best roster for two things. One, having a roster to where you can afford to mortgage the farm for the next young quarterback coming out, or having the kind of roster that a free agent quarterback that's at a Pro Bowl level would want to come and play for.
Yep.
That's really the metric for the Raiders at this point.
National championship's about to start. Let me get these supers in. Salute to CGR Graph. I accidentally deleted Brandon Curtis. Brandon, you already know you are brother. We love you. Our apologies. One of the mob fathers himself accidentally did it, but salute. I think we read it. Salute to John. That was some dark-ish graph. F. Ben Johnson. Sweet Pete Carroll will bring us a winning staff. Salute to my guy John. From tonight's game, who would you draft if you could? We're looking at Trayvon Henderson, the running back from Ohio State. Junkins, I think that's how you say it. The other running back from Ohio State. Love's not coming out out of Notre Dame yet. I'm definitely looking at our guy, one of my favorite safeties from Notre Dame in this draft. Who else? There's a ton of talent on Ohio State as well. We like Will Howard a lot, the quarterback. If you can get him in the mid rounds, so there's a ton of talent. There's a ton of talent. Salute to L11. Salute to G Rich. F it still, Brennan, Marion, and go run and run go offense. Damn, my dog said run that go. Run that Sac State, that UNLV.
Wow. Come on, bro.
I would do nasty things for a 9-8 record. This is how far we have come. Man, this is how far we have failed.
What's wrong with this guy, yo?
So sign Pete Carroll, trade for Zach Charbonnet. I love him. The kid out of UCLA. He runs the football hard, but I don't think that would work. I think they like him, and they're going to keep him as a part of that running back group. Salute to CC. Pete is done in 2 years. You can't really have a succession plan. I don't think we keep Max with Pete. If I'm Max, that's not a long-term solution. Who's to say, CC? He may bring his staff in that he prepares, to take over once he leaves. So we can't say that yet. And once again, we don't know. Pete may stick around for 4 or 5 years. We don't know that. But he is up there in age. Suicide. Only Dion can keep Max home. Salute to Suicide. We can't look, man. He's not coming to Vegas. But I wouldn't be shocked if he heard his name a little bit more here very soon because of where we're drafted and where he could potentially coach his son. Milroe is Anthony Richardson 2.0, in my opinion. I agree, C-Gabe Go. I agree with less arm strength. I agree. Sky High. Monken plus Fields. Trade Max, draft Carter, and GT. Oof. I don't know how you're assuming you get a top 10 pick for Max Crosby and then you go get Carter and GT. Okay, salute to Sky High. I don't want to move on from our best player. I want Max to stick around. He'll get healthy this offseason. I think he'll be even better this upcoming season. But that would be interesting to have Carter and GT. And let me see. Roy hire Pete Carroll and trade for DK Metcalf. A lot of talk right now with the big body receiver, out there in Seattle. I know he wasn't happy in that system this year. It'd be interesting to see if DK Metcalf really is a trade candidate because I know he wants to win, but I don't think that, in year one with us, maybe I don't think that we'll.
Yeah, bro, so he has to come here to get Aiden O'Connell throwing the ball. Get the F out of here.
Yeah. Let me see. And wasted. Best pizza in New York.
I told him. Joe's. I say Knicks. Salute. I can't take another washed up coach. Salute the wrong way. Salute to West Coast and Nostra on becoming a member as well. Appreciate you, brother. We don't know what channel it is, but we appreciate you. If you guys want to become members, hit the links that pinned up top. They definitely help us out. Brave, Carroll, head coach, Dodds,
GM, Fields, quarterback, and Harris as a running back. Talk that shit, Rick. Talk. And salute to Victor. Okay, my brothers, put together your ideal coaches in GM. Victor, we will be doing that this week. I promise you we'll have some lives together. We'll go over different scenarios and stuff like that. But it looks like Pete Carroll is the guy. So we'll talk more along the lines of potential defensive coordinators, offensive coordinators, more more coordinator wise, you know what I'm saying? Forming that staff. But it looks like Pete Carroll is going to be the guy moving forward. So Victor, but we'll talk about that. I got you. Appreciate you on the 20 as well. Raiders have more plan Bs than CVS. Damn, man, though, with a haymaker, bro. Real ones know about the plan B. Real ones know. Other than that, you guys, salute to everybody. I would hate to leave with still 3,300 people in the building, but
hey, man, it is what it is till it ain't. Notre Dame is playing.
Notre Dame, baby, national championship. We don't get a chance as fans to watch our team in the national championship too much. Salute to everybody. We will talk more tomorrow. Dylan Laube live on the show. Pull up, you guys. Dylan Laube is live tomorrow with us over here at OLV Raiders Network. Once again, salute to everybody here in the building. Salute once again also to our proud sponsors over at BetUS. Make sure you guys head over there, man, and get 150% bonus on your first deposit.
And 125% on your next two deposits, up to $2,000 using YouTube code 150.
There you go. YouTube promo code YouTube 150. Fastest payouts in the industry, you guys. Head over there, tell them we sent you. Nobody does it better than BetUS. If you bet, you already know. Salute on the way out. Rudy says best pizza in New York is the Vino's Cross Bay Boulevard, Queens. The F out of here.
Rudy knows.
Other than that, y'all, I'm gonna go watch my team hopefully secure this dub. Appreciate every single one of you guys. Tomorrow, Dylan Laube, and we'll be covering head coach, GM, all that good stuff all week long. Thank you to all the new subscribers. Thank you to all the existing subscribers. We appreciate every single one of you guys for rocking with us. Love y'all. One.
That's what I'm talking about.